Tonight, we crown a champion as the Division III Northwest 1 final pits the top 2 seeds in the region against each other. It's the second-seeded Lady Rams of Upper Sandusky looking to knock off the top-seeded Lady Polar Bears of Margaretta, and it's live and free on the OH Report next.
Better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome into Shelby High School, as this is the Bo Lacey Construction pregame show. Andy Jardy alongside Josh Banks, as we've got a championship here tonight. Josh, it's all chalk. The top 2 seeds make it here. Second seed Upper Sandusky taking on the top-seeded Margaretta Polar Bears. And Josh, this should be a lot of fun tonight. We were talking about this one beforehand. We both expect it to be a very close, contested game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's one of the only districts left where it's the 1 versus the 2 for the district title. It's going to be a really, really closely contested game where Margaretta is just getting back their star player, and Upper Sandusky's star player is only a sophomore.
Yeah, how about that? Sophomore taking home first team all N10 honors in Grace Walton. But let's take a look at the Upper Sandusky Lady Rams team spotlight. And it's been a great season for them under head coach Jerry Vent, 18-6 on the year, 11-3 in the N10. They took that first round bye. And we will step aside here just for a moment as we honor the national anthem. We'll get right back into that in just a moment. Well, Josh, as we were talking about the Lady Rams, they took that first round bye, and then to get here, they beat the 8 seed Willard 47-29, and then they defeated the 4th seed Clear Fork 44-34 in the district semifinals. A close game, tied at the half, but they were able to outscore the Colts 12-2 in that third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think the most impressive thing about Upper Sandusky this year from all the games that I've covered is you see the 2 names listed here, Leah Kinley, they're both sophomores, just like Grace Walton.
Yeah, it's a very they've got some youth on the Lady Rams, and that is going to bode well for them going forward into the future. And we take a look now at our player spotlight for Upper Sandusky. And as you mentioned, Grace Walton, the sophomore, first team All-N10, as she averages 10.3 points per game, second on the team, sixth in the N10. And she dishes it out, too. 3.6 assists per game, first on the team. And, Josh, you said she's the best sophomore you've seen in the area.
Yeah, she's probably the best sophomore girls basketball player that I've seen this year. And it's not just her ability to play in the crunch time. Her ball pressure on defense, her ability to play perimeter defense is just absolutely out of this world for her age.
Take a look now at the Lady Polar Bears team spotlight, and the top seed for a reason under head coach Ray Neal, 19-6 out of the Sandusky Bay Conference. They went undefeated. They're hot right now, too, winning 8 straight games.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at their numbers, averaging 49.5 per game, only giving up 34.5. They're outscoring their opponents by 15 points per game. You don't get much more of a bigger margin, especially in high school girls basketball.
And for Margaretta, our player spotlight, she is back from the broken fibula injury. Kylie Leibacher, who missed most of the year, she got back into action last game, 9 points and 5 rebounds in the win, and she'll be going on to Ashland U next year.
And what more can you ask for? I mean, they're number 1 in the country right now at the Division II college level for a reason, and they've got a very talented girl that's going to be coming in next year as a freshman in Leibacher, averages 13.6 a game. We just seen a glimmer of what she's capable in that first game back.
Yeah, the 9 points and 5 rebounds in the win, averaging 13.6 points per game on the season. And it's not just her, too. Watch out for Eden Palomo, 11, just under 12 points a game, 4th in the SBC Bay Division, a 75% free throw shooter, which is second best in the conference. And she can light it up from beyond the arc, 39%, which is third best in the SBC. Jael Keller as well, and Lily Edwards look to do the scoring for Margaretta as well. Let's take a look at tonight's starters. Upper Sandusky going with the usual 5 there, Josh.
Yeah, 3 sophomores, 2 seniors, all players that played in this same game last year. They're a year older, a year wiser, and a year more experience coming back to play these same Margaretta Lady Polar Bears who knocked them out of the tournament last year.
Yeah, you think they've been waiting for this opportunity all year to get a chance to get some revenge?
We'll see. It's been circled on the calendar, I'm sure.
And we take a look at the Margaretta Lady Polar Bears starting lineup as well. Lily Edwards, Keller, Palomo, Leibacher, and Reagan Heck for your top-seeded Lady Polar Bears. And they've both fan bases have come out in support here. It's about a little under an hour for both of these. Margaretta a little bit further of a drive, but both schools well represented here tonight.
I mean, what more could you ask for? It's a Saturday night. It's 6 o'clock on a Saturday night, and your local high school girls basketball team's playing for a district championship. You can't ask for anything more. I can only imagine what it feels like to be one of the girls out there on the court right now. You look out and you see all the green on the Margaretta side and the black and orange on the upper side. That's got to get you even more pumped up than you already were to know the support you have from your community.
This has been the Bo Lacey Construction pregame show as we are just about set for tip-off here. Good crowd on hand. Happy to have you along with us live and free here on the OH Report. Andy Jardy, Josh Banks with you. And this should be a very, very close contested game. Margaretta, championship pedigree. They've won 5 straight in this situation, knocking off Upper Sandusky last season. We'll see how this one goes as we are now underway here from Shelby. Happy to have you with us as Margaretta will take the tip and opening possession. Always so key to get off to a quick start in a game like this, Josh.
Yeah, and one thing that's going to be fun to watch is, you know, both teams match up, it looks like pretty well size-wise, but Upper Sandusky is a team that we've seen all year. Their bigs will switch out and play guards. Not an issue at all.
Heck dribbling it up at the top. She gets it back over to Keller. Good defense here on this opening possession, about 40 seconds. There's the feed inside. Now a kick out, 3 ball from the corner. No good and knocked out of bounds. It looks like it's going to go over to Upper Sandusky. Thought it might have been off the Rams, but it will be the Rams ball. So a good job defensively there on that opening possession.
Yeah, absolutely, and you've seen it there. They set a high ball screen for their guard, and Iles switches out, kicks it down to the post. They double. It leaves a wide open shot in the corner, something that Upper's going to have to be very careful with because the Lady Polar Bears aren't going to miss many wide open shots.
Full court press being applied, and it's going to end up causing a turnover. Looked like the Rams had broken it, but then they turn it over. Spin move inside, no good. And pulling down the rebound is Iles.
Yeah, Kaidance does a great job defensively there on Leibacher. Makes it a tough shot, gets the board. Doesn't allow Margaretta to get any pressure set up.
Both teams still searching for their first bucket. Second offensive possession here for the Lady Rams. Kinley picks up her dribble, looking for help. Gets it back up top to Iles. Double team coming now.
Somebody's open. Got to find it.
She's got to watch her back pocket. It's picked and going the other way. Lily Edwards lays it up, and there's the first points of the game. Lily Edwards, a little thievery here on a Saturday, gets the first bucket in transition.
Yeah, Stowers tried to dribble it all the way around the perimeter. Didn't pay attention to her backside. Edwards does a great job with help defense and gets the steal.
And a 10-second call now, so the first 3 possessions for Upper Sandusky, 3 turnovers.
3 sophomores playing on the perimeter. If you're Upper, as Coach Vince is going to take a 30-second timeout, you got to calm them down. Hey, we faced pressure all year. We faced the press all year. Calm down, break it how we know how to, and just relax.
Yeah, definitely maybe a little bit of nerves here early on as Margaretta with a 2-0 lead have forced 3 turnovers. This Margaretta team, coached by Ray Neal, coming into this have won 8 straight games, and they only give up about 34, 35 points a game. That was first in the conference, and you can see that defensive pressure already giving Upper Sandusky some problems early.
Yeah, they do a great job. It looks like a 1-2-2 press, and they trap. As soon as it gets to that corner, they're trapping it hard, not giving them a chance to swing it. And then they rotate really well, too, to the middle as they're trying to feed the middle to break it. There's somebody rotating there to try to cause that turnover, force that trap as well.
See what adjustments are made out of that timeout. As Margaretta looks to push this out to a 2-possession lead. Leibacher inside. Now they kick it out for 3. Shot is a little short, but they're able to keep the rebound and the possession alive. Good ball movement. Outside 3 is good. 5-0 Polar Bears.
That fibula looks pretty good right there. Shot by Leibacher. And we've got another turnover.
Oh, and they're going to call jump ball. The possession arrow is going to keep it. Wow, with Upper. Looked like Margaretta had established possession there.
It absolutely did. Margaretta, this press is just absolutely, Upper Sandusky cannot get the ball across half court right now.
They do get it across this time, and settling in for a 3. Shot a little wide, but there for the rebound, the putback, and unable to finish, but she'll go to the line and shoot it for 2 is Stowers.
Yeah, Valoria does a great job on the offensive glass there. Great box out. Doesn't have to go over the top, has position, gets it. And one thing she does really well, and she's done really well all season long, is when she gets that offensive rebound, she doesn't try to kick. She gets it, she's going right back up strong to either make the bucket or get to the free throw line.
First points of the night for the Lady Rams come from the free throw line. Second one is good. Much needed points there.
Yeah, it's huge for Stowers to get going from the free throw line. She's kind of their X factor. I've seen her have a huge game a couple times as there goes Leibacher.
Yeah, uncontested all the way, but unable to finish the layup. And a big stop there for Upper Sandusky. Chance to cut it to 1 or tie it on this possession. Grace Walton. First team all N10 as a sophomore. Iles with it. backs down her defender. Nice pass inside to Stowers, and there's the first field goal of the game, and it comes from Stowers, who's got all 4.
Yeah, Stowers does a great job getting position, but one thing I've noticed, every time Upper gets beyond the free throw line, Margaretta's looking to trap. So when they look to trap there, Stowers cuts backdoor like she just did right there, just on the weak side of that defender. She's going to have a wide open layup almost every time.
It's a good look from Iles, too, to find her underneath there.
Yeah, those two are a lot of fun to watch play in the post.
A little 4-0 run here from Upper. Let's cut this back to a 1-point game. We expect this to be close throughout, as most games are, the deeper you get into tourney play.
Yeah, you get to that point in the season where it's not a 20 or 30-point blowout anymore.
No.
You've got to, it's grit and grind and win a 3 or 4-point basketball game this time of year.
Palomo gives it back to Heck. 3:30 to go here in this first quarter. Upper fans making some noise, liking what they're seeing on the defensive side of things. Liebacker drives in, and it looked like we had a block, but they're going to call a foul. And Iles definitely upset with the call.
I don't know if she got her with the hip when she went up for the block, if it was maybe body. But it looked like when she got the hand, it looked like she did get all ball. But, hey, that's why they're down there officiating the game, and I'm up here calling the game.
You drew the short straw. You had to sit with me tonight.
Hey, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
Liebacher hits the first of 2. She's got 4 points. Second shot, in and out. Stowers with the rebound. As they try to break that polar bear press, they're able to, and now we'll see how they set up shop offensively. Chance to tie or take the lead. Iles from the corner, she fakes it, drives in, puts a shot up, and it's blocked, saves it, and then it's a turnover going the other way. 4th turnover. Inside, too strong. Heck unable to finish.
Great job there by Newman to stay straight up and force the bad shot.
Can see Upper a little more tempo, a little more confidence in their offense as that 3 is in and out from Kinley, but a good look.
Yeah, it goes halfway down and then pops right back out.
And a turnover here, unless they're going to say that was tipped, and it was not, so it'll be over and back. First turnover by Margaretta.
And Upper Sandusky, as Brooke Scully checks into the game for Upper. Upper not really a team that you're going to see apply a lot of pressure. They want to force the turnovers on the other end of the floor. They're going to let you get into your offensive set, and their switches that they do with their bigs is going to be what forces the turnovers.
Iles swings it around, corner 3, and the Lady Rams have the lead. Kinley for 3. And a great response, a little bit of nerves there to start, but they look like they've settled in now.
And Upper, one of those teams, and any type of basketball player knows, one shot going through the hoop can change your night. She had the first one go halfway down and out. That one's nothing but the bottom. Let's see how that affects her and how many more she scores in this one.
Jennifer Patrick in for the Polar Bears. She gets the pass down low, kicks it out. Edwards picks up her dribble. Good defense. Upper fans appreciative of it. Heck turns it over.
And that's forced Heck, the much bigger player down there, Grace Walton, playing great defense. As we got another Lady Rams turnover on this end, as Grace Walton tries to feed Scully down low and turns it over.
Deep 2, too strong. And it'll be Upper ball, and we're going to get a reach-in foul here. Lily Edwards picking up her first foul, second on Margaretta. Heck will get a breather for Margaretta.
Looks like Newman's going to check back into the game. She's going to give Iles a quick breather.
Nice feed inside. Unable to finish, though. Fighting for it, and a jump ball here. Possession will give it back over to Margaretta.
That's a great pass from Walton to Finscali. Cutting, though, just unable to gather and finish as Ellie Ham and Kaidance Iles is going to return, and Ham's going to check in for the first time for the Lady Rams.
Just under a minute to go. Polar Bears jumped out to a 5-0 lead, but it's been a 7-1 run from Upper since. And almost a turnover there. Margaretta able to keep possession, looking to retake the lead. Driving in and kicking it out. Mid-range jumper, a little short. And knocked out of bounds. It'll go over to Upper Sandusky.
Upper's very, very nervous so far when they catch the ball and they're getting trapped hard. Their ball handlers are very nervous with what to do with it. Just happened down there again. It was almost another turnover.
Yeah, Upper doing a nice job too here, limiting the second chance points. They're winning the battle on the boards right now, 7-3. It has been a couple one-and-done trips for Margaretta. And now wide open in the corner for three. Grace Walton comes up a little short.
She's a confident shooter. This whole Upper Sandusky Rams team, they're all confident shooters. So just because that one doesn't go down, there will be plenty more put up by these Lady Rams tonight.
A great opening quarter here. Margaretta will try to retake the lead. 6 to go. Feed inside. Someone's got to get a shot off. 2-1 for three. No good. And after one, it's Upper Sandusky 7, Margaretta 6. You're watching high school basketball live and free on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Back here at Shelby High School, Division III Northwest 1 District Final between Upper Sandusky and Margaretta. The Lady Rams leading 7-6 after one. Andy Jardy, Josh Banks with you here live and free on the OH Report. Josh, what'd you see in that first quarter?
I've seen an Upper Sandusky team that's moving the ball very well, just like right there. Moving the ball very well and getting very confident looks for the shots that they want.
Addie Newman's first bucket of the night. This is a 9-1 run from Upper. They trailed 5-0. How does Margaretta respond? They've gone cold from the floor. Didn't score about the last 3 minutes of that first quarter, and another turnover.
Look, that's what I was saying in the first quarter, Andy. They want to force that turnover when they're in their half-court offense. They don't need to press you. They're going to force 5-second calls. They're going to force bad passes like they just did right there.
Momentum, such a thing, and what a great defensive job there, forcing another turnover. One thing Upper did a lot was commit turnovers in that first half, and it turns into points on the other end. Keller.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, you know, eventually the Lady Polar Bears, their shots are going to start to fall. And if you're the Lady Rams, you can't continue to turn the ball over and expect them to keep missing shots.
Nice feed inside, and for two, Grace Walton. Her first points of the night.
Smallest player on the floor, but she's not afraid to go down low and finish at the rim.
One of many reasons why she was first team all N10 as a sophomore. Something you don't see a whole lot of.
When again you see here, Stowers stepping out to guard the smaller guard. She switches the screen.
Nice drive by Keller. Count the bucket, too. A chance to tie things up. Keller just had that extra step there and went aggressively in.
Yeah, absolutely she did. She does a great job going to the offhand with the left as well. But somebody's got to step down from the backside to help there when Stowers got beat off the dribble. Nobody stepped down for the Lady Rams to help out on that drive at all.
First foul by Stowers. And we are all tied up at 11. Keller with 5 points here in the second quarter. Newman drives in and turned it over. Thought she might pull it from three there. Instead drives in and unable to convert.
Little hesitant to shoot it there from Addie Newman. Not something we normally see from her. Tries to go baseline and wanted to feed it to Stowers down low, but just an errant pass, and it's another turnover for the Lady Rams, something that they've done a lot of here in the first half.
Yeah, 8 turnovers so far by Upper. 5.5 to go here until the half. All knotted up at 11. It's a 6-2 run so far here by Margaretta after Upper went on a nice 9-1 run.
Yeah, it's been a game of runs so far. Margaretta starts the game 5-0. Upper goes 9-1. Now that it's 6-2. I mean, it's a game of runs so far.
And you can see why both these teams are the top 2 seeds. A lot of poise. When things aren't going their way, they're able to regroup, get the momentum back in their favor. Not a whole lot on this possession right now. A lot of clock coming off. It's been about a minute here. As they swing it around. Keller drives in.
Great
Guarded well by
defense.
Iles. Yeah, great defense. Heck with it. Palomo gives it back over to Heck. Upper fans making some noise. This is well over a minute now on the defensive side of things. So we got to dig down, driving in, and it's going to be a foul. And that's the second on Iles.
Yeah, Coach Vinton not happy about that one. That's almost a I've been on defense too long frustration foul right there by Iles.
And the first free throw is no good. Leibacher will check back in for the Lady Polar Bears. Incredible to see her back out on the court. Broken fibula sidelined her for most of this season, as the second one is good. Margaretta back on top now, 12-11.
Upper doing a much better job here to start the second quarter handling that pressure. Now they just got to kind of get something figured out on the offensive end.
Yeah, one thing would be to cut back on the turnovers, and there's another one, 9th turnover. And it's what has really allowed Margaretta to get back in front here.
And it's errant passes. It's not, I mean, Margaretta's playing great defenses, but it's just errant passes by the Lady Rams that's just going straight to the Lady Polar Bears.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of both, a little bit of sloppiness out of Upper, too. It's not so much Margaretta forcing these as much as Upper just making some bad decisions, as that one is swatted out.
Yeah, Stowers does a great job there using her length. She's got a lot of length. Her and Iles both have a lot of length down low. She does a great job there using her length to block the shot. But now you've got both of your big girls off of the floor if you're the Lady Rams. How do the Lady Polar Bears respond here? They still got Heck, and they still have Leibacher on the floor.
Trying to feed inside. They get it to Leibacher. She dribbles, goes up, off the glass, no good. Gets her own miss. Throws a little elbow in there and gets the bucket to go.
That's just grit and determination by Kylie Leibacher right there.
And almost another turnover. It is another turnover. Heck the other way, lays it in for 2. And a timeout, Upper Sandusky, as this has ballooned back to a 5-point lead for Margaretta.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look, that last turnover, it's one of those things where you can't force those passes. You had somebody running baseline on this end of the floor. Instead of looking baseline and finding your open teammate, you try to swing it back out to a guard. It's a steal and a layup on the other end. And now where it was tied 11-11 2 minutes ago, now it's a quick 5-0 run by the Lady Polar Bears to kind of open things up a little bit with 2.5 to go.
Yeah, Margaretta had just 6 points at the end of the first quarter. They've got 10 here in the second, still with 2:58 to play. As you take a look in at both coaches during this timeout. Ray Neal for Margaretta, Jerry Vent for Upper Sandusky. And this defensive pressure from the Lady Polar Bears so far, forcing 10 turnovers from Upper Sandusky.
Yeah, but it looks like Coach Neal's going to have that pressure kind of pulled off a little bit here. They're going to get in just, looks like they're going to be in a 2-3 zone almost. Nope, they're going to come trap.
And another turnover. That's now 11. Leibacher, 3, corner, in and out. And a foul the other way is going to get the Bronx cheer from the Upper Sandusky fans. Reagan Heck picks up the foul. That'll be her first.
And we'll see if Coach Venn addresses this, but that last time they kind of ran a hard trap when they crossed half court, and everybody just kind of stood around the perimeter. Nobody cut to the basket. And we have another turnover by the Lady Rams.
They just cannot keep a possession going right now. It looked like they had figured it out there at the end of the first quarter, and now it's just sped up on them a little bit.
Well, Coach Neal doing a great job of changing his defenses up as well. They figure out his press. He says, okay, I'm going to back off. I'm going to go more of a 3-2 look, and then when they cross half court, I'm going to send my 2 top side to hard trap.
Nice shot fake and drawing the foul. Going to shoot 2 is Keller. Keller has had herself quite the quarter here. She's already got 5 points, looking to make it 7.
Yeah, and we got 2 minutes left to go in the first half, Andy, and that is the 3rd foul on Kaidance Iles.
Yeah, that is big. Iles gives such a presence inside. She's going to have to come out.
Elise Swartz is going to check in.
Second one no good, but who else but Leibacher gets the rebound. This is the largest lead of the game at 6 points. Under 2 to go here until halftime. Keller passes it inside, able to corral it and get the 2 points. Reagan Heck, she's now got 4, and it's an 8-point Margaretta lead.
Yeah, and Heck does a great job there of sealing Walton underneath her, waiting for the feed, uses her size and strength to just go finish with the left.
Upper in desperate need of a bucket right here to stop this run and get some momentum back. Walton with the ball. Minute 10 left until halftime. Pass to the outside, settling in for 3 and too strong. They're able to get the rebound though, keep the possession alive. Swartz got the rebound. Feed inside, but it's knocked away again. Another turnover. Margaretta attacking, unable to finish though.
Yeah, the active hands of the Lady Polar Bears on the defensive end have really wreaked havoc. Walton's going to pull up from deep.
Unable to get it. We'll see now if Margaretta holds for the last shot. They look like they're going to slow the pace up here. 30 seconds to go here in this Division III Northwest 1 District Final. Margaretta kind of flexing their muscles a bit here in the second quarter. Trailed by 1. They now lead it by 8.
Coach Neal calling his play.
10
Gonna
seconds.
get it to Leibacher.
Now it's over to Heck. Heck driving in. Her shot is good. Heck with 6 points in the quarter. And that is how the first half will end. Margaretta, 21-11. They scored 15 points in that second quarter and lead by 10 as we go to halftime. 21-11. You're watching high school basketball live and free on the OH Report.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I was soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her sit back, I need my room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hear my
I got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things. It's love, little things, love, little things.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Tonight's live and free basketball game is brought to you by Wilson Tire. At Wilson Tire Company, we sell new and used tires and provide tire services to customers in Upper Sandusky no matter which location you visit. We'll prove that Wilson Tire Company is the best when it comes to tire services and alignment. Also by Quest Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution ready to support you, your family, and your goals. Redbox Plus Dumpster Rentals. For all of your spring cleaning needs, be it garage cleanouts, kitchen, or whole house remodels, Redbox Plus Dumpsters have you covered, delivering your size dumpster needed within 24 hours and proudly servicing North Central Ohio. Call them at 419-495-8848 to schedule yours today. Bo Lacey Construction, experience you can trust, done right and on time, and by Spherion Mid-Ohio. Let us help you build the career you want or that awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. Halftime stats and analysis with Andy Jardy and Josh Banks just moments away.
starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I blow soon, soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her sit back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in a room. I've been so real, I'm down to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hear my
I got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things. It's love the little things, love the little things.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Welcome back into Shelby, where it is a 10-point Margaretta lead over Upper Sandusky here at the half, 21-11. As we take a look at the halftime numbers, and this was a 1-point Upper Sandusky lead after the first quarter, but my oh my, did the Polar Bears get their paws in there and force some turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, they just do a great job defensively. They trap everything. And I think the biggest thing is, like we were just talking about before we came back on the air, their rotation is so well. We don't see enough movement out of the Lady Rams to get to the hoop. Everybody's trying to play on the perimeter, and it makes it really easy for them to rotate to that next person that's going to catch the ball and just continue to trap.
Yeah, that graphic right there tells it all. The turnovers jump off the page at you. 13 turnovers is just not going to get it done, and Margaretta outscored Upper in that second quarter 15-4. So they weren't even doing the full court press anymore. It was as soon as Upper brought the ball across half court, it was like bees on a pop can. They just swarmed in and really sped up Upper and forced them into some errant passes.
It's like a bear on honey. I mean, they see it, they attack it, they stop it.
They sure do. And a pretty even match on the rebounds, free throws. Margaretta's gotten to the line a few more times than Upper because of those turnovers they forced. So we'll see what adjustments were made here at halftime. This has been the Bo Lacey Construction halftime show as we get set for the second half, 21-11. Of course, the winner of this game will head to the regional semifinals and take on Canal Winchester Harvest Prep, who is a 6th seed, but do not be deceived by that number because they are 21-5 on the year, and they took down Worthington Christian by a point in the district championship.
Yeah, and that's a name that if you follow Ohio high school sports at all, you've heard rather often in this area.
Polar Bears will start with possession.
And if you're Margaretta, you're up 10. You're really not in no hurry to get a shot. Run your offense, get a layup.
Heck with the ball. She has 6 points, all of them coming in that second quarter. Keller also with 6, as well as Leibacher.
All three names that you mentioned pregame that were going to score the ball have done the Lady Polar Bears scoring.
Yeah, they are certainly taking their time here on this possession. Already a minute in.
All right, Andy, our first time working together, I've asked everybody else I've worked this question. In this situation, I would love to see a 45-second shot clock in high school basketball.
You know, I go back and forth on that shot clock if I want one or not. I don't know. As after all that, it's an empty possession, so a chance for Upper to cut into this thing. Yeah, I go back and forth on the shot clock if I want it or not. I don't know if you're still trying Iles here for three. Can't get it to go. She's playing with 3 fouls. I worry if it sometimes might hinder kind of development of some of these kids, you know, having to deal with the shot clock. But maybe 45, yeah, that's not a terrible idea because that's plenty of time.
I mean, you figure the NBA is 24, college is 35. Throw an extra 10 on there. Give them time, but don't let them dribble. You know, like I'm sure you've seen and I know I've seen, Walton's going to put up a 3 just long. These teams that'll run the final 2.5, 3 minutes off of a clock.
Agreed.
Up by 2 or 3 points so their opponent can't get a chance.
3 ball on the other side, no good. Both teams coming out ice cold here.
Upper's got to take advantage of this slow third quarter start for the Lady Polar Bears if they want to have a chance.
They'll try a 3 from the corner, no good, and fighting for the board. It'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with Upper Sandusky.
And Upper's getting the shots that they want. That's 3 consecutive open looks that just haven't fallen for the Lady Rams.
Another corner 3, and it's short again. Driving in, and Iles had to be careful not to pick up her 4th, but she does a nice job altering the shot. And it's another empty possession here. Are you okay with the 3s you're seeing out of Upper to start this third quarter?
It's something that I've seen a lot of Upper Lady Rams basketball this year, and it's something that you consistently see out of them. That's the shot that they want. They would love to get an open 3. I've seen them take an open 3 over an open layup, to be honest with you.
They are down 10, still plenty of time though. Nice shot fake there, and a nice pass into Stowers. She kicks it back out. Iles for 3, they need it, they get it. Iles' first bucket of the night is a big one for Upper.
Cuts it to 7. She sees it go through the hoop. Let's see what kind of motivation that gives her. But can they continue to stop the Lady Polar Bears on the defensive side of things?
They were able to do it in the first quarter. We'll see if they can get back to it here in the third. Driving in and scoring, though, is Leibacher.
And that's a tough matchup for Iles with 3 fouls.
And on the other end, ball knocked away. And I think we're going to have this go. This, I think, is going to be off of Upper. This might be Margaretta ball. And it will be.
Yeah, and that's the correct call.
Leibacher will come out and get a breather. Jennifer Patrick in for Margaretta. As you see the Rams now going with the full court pressure.
Not something we've seen a lot from them this year, but they'll do it when they have to.
Yeah, try and speed up the game here and get some turnovers. Nice job getting in, but unable to finish. Iles pulls down the board. Another 3, and it comes up a little short. Grace Walton going to be called for the foul, her first.
Leibacher right back in the game. Not much of a breather for her.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Coach Neal probably sees, hey, when we're down here and we get our half-court set, Kaidance Iles is guarding our best playmaker. We're going to try to get that 4th or 5th foul on her.
Obviously, too, trying to nurse back coming off the injury. Maybe don't want her running up and down the floor as much.
You would think, you know, second game back, full rotation.
Mid-range jumper comes up a little short, but Leibacher there for the board. Nice give and go. And turnover. Keller was unable to really keep possession of it. 3 on the other end, too strong. Leibacher pulls down the board. Good looks, they're just not falling.
I was going to say, Upper's getting great looks at the hoop. They just can't knock it down as we're going to have a 30-second timeout by Coach Neal and the Lady Polar Bears. If you're Coach Neal on this side here with Margaretta, yes, you're still up 9, but can you be happy with the open looks that you've given to start the second half to the Lady Rams? Because if they've made one of probably 6 here, 6 or 7, and they've all been from 3. They knocked down half of those. They're up 2 or 3 points in this game right now.
Yeah, I think you've got to be happy if you're Upper at what you've been able to do here in this third quarter. You've only chipped into the lead by a point. They were down 10 at the half, but they're getting good looks. They're just not falling. They've been able to limit second chance opportunities for Margaretta. They've been able to kind of keep it even on the boards, but they just got to get some shots to start falling.
Yeah, you've got Addie Newman, Grace Walton. Kaidance Iles did get to see one go through. Leah Kinley made one in the first half, but they got it. They've got to see a ball go in the basket to boost their confidence.
Leibacher, the only points in this quarter for Margaretta. And they get it inside to her. See if she decides to go up for it. She's going to dish it off. Keller with the ball. 2:15 to go here in the third quarter. Dish inside, Leibacher moves. What a nice bucket from Kylie Leibacher.
She goes up and under around Iles with the left hand.
3 ball on the other end, comes up a little bit short, out of bounds. It will go back over to Margaretta. And you can just see the time of possession right now is just so different. Margaretta, they're holding the ball here for 30, 45 seconds, and that was about a 6-second possession for Upper.
Well, and it's one of those things where Upper does want to shoot the ball. They put up a lot of threes already in, the first 3 quarters. But that takes away from your ability to move the ball and find an open shot. Margaretta moves the ball very well. They find the open shot, which their 2 baskets in this quarter have been open layups for this lady right here, Kylie Leibacher.
Guarded closely by Stowers. Minute 40 to go here in the third quarter. Margaretta trying to win their 6th straight district title. They knocked off Upper last year. Great ball movement inside. Heck, under pressure, and a timeout taken by Coach Neal. Probably prevented a turnover there by taking that timeout because it looked like there was some confusion and maybe some panic.
It was a much better defensive possession for Upper Sandusky, but again, like we were just talking about, the time of possession.
Yeah.
They're at, 30 seconds already off of the clock here just on this single possession right here. If you're Upper, you got to kind of increase ball pressure a little bit to try to force that turnover. You can't. You're down 11. You can't continue to let them just dribble a minute off of the clock every possession. You're not going to have a chance to come back in this game.
We're not too far off, too, from they're going to have to start committing fouls because they've only got 1. You're going to have to foul 6 more times to even get them to the line. Yeah. So I don't know if you're at that point yet, but with the way Margaretta is just milking the clock, there's not a ton of possessions left in this. And you're down double digits.
And it's just ball pressure. They start to get a 5 count. Like the last possession down as Leibacher's going to look to go. Going to get stripped, and we should have a jump ball, which we will. And that's going to stay with Margaretta.
It seems like every possession arrow has been able to stay with them. That was great defense by Stowers, though, denying the dribble drive forcing that jump ball possession arrow. Heck with the ball. And you can hear Coach Neal saying, hold it. I mean, do they hold this for the last shot here, the final minute 17?
I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't at this point.
Unless you get something wide open underneath. You could see they're trying to get inside, and a foul. Not the worst thing.
And you see Coach Vint kind of down there like, really? I think he's getting kind of frustrated because of, I know it's only 2-0 on the foul end. This game's been officiated very, very consistently and very well.
Mm-hmm.
Walton got a little bit too handsy there and hit the arm.
It is just, with the way Margaretta plays, you get down a couple possessions, it is just incredibly difficult to try and claw your way back into it.
Yeah, and I mean, you get the dribble drive there, but she pulls it right back out. They have no intention on shooting this ball until the last shot.
I'm pretty sure this possession started at about a minute 17.
That is exactly when this possession started for them, was the minute 17 mark. And they're going to get the final shot of the quarter.
Yep. 13 seconds to go. Leibacher drives in, kicks it out, 6 seconds to go. They swing it back out. They kick it inside to Keller. Keller goes up and under. And after all that, it's an empty possession, but they will take an 11-point lead into the fourth quarter. Stick around. We'll have it for you live and free here on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
8 minutes away from determining who will be the Division III Northwest 1 District Champion. Oh, and that is a rough start here to the quarter, as holding that knee.
That's Heck.
Looks like she's okay. Went down awkwardly.
Very awkwardly. Never something to see a knee injury.
That third quarter, 4-3, Margaretta. There was not a lot of offense. And the three, again, just comes up short.
And again, they've got the shots they wanted. That's a wide open look for Leah Kinley, who shoots it from about a 40% clip from three. So that's exactly what you want if you're Upper Sandusky.
Ball knocked away. It'll stay with Margaretta. Heck is going to come out. And I mean, if you're the Rams, yeah, you've got to start hitting some of these threes if you're going to come back and win this thing, as Leibacher continues to have herself a game. She's now up to 12.
And that shot right there, I mean, and when we get a stoppage here, we're going to take a look at that shot again. And actually, it's going to be right now. That shot that Kylie Leibacher just made, she caught it in the block, stepped back, and it's just a pull-up jumper over a 6'1" Kaidance Iles, and she made it look easy.
Yeah, she really did. She has looked as good as advertised here tonight. Wasn't sure coming off the injury. She has been a problem, and that is a much-needed and one opportunity for Upper.
Yeah, and that's a great job. Walton flashed like she was going to come out. The defender overplayed her, so she back cut. And Kaidance Iles finds her. She finishes and one to cut it to 10 if she knocks the free throw down.
She does, so it is back to a 10-point deficit. 7:08 to go. And just breaking that press with ease. And is that the fourth foul on Iles?
That was the fourth foul on Iles. She kind of pushed her with the left hand in the back.
It is her fourth. First free throw is good for Eden Palomo.
Her first points of the evening.
And she makes both, pushes it back out to 12 at 29-17. Upper's got to get buckets quickly.
Yeah, and you can't afford to trade baskets if you're Upper either. You have to get buckets and then get defensive stops.
Three ball is too strong off the rim. Polar Bears will take possession. Good defense here, but couldn't force that turnover.
And again, that's another great look if you're Upper. It's just that it hasn't been on your side tonight. And now if you're the Lady Polar Bears, you are in no hurry to shoot the ball.
Yeah, and you can see, this possession started at about 6.5 minutes. We'll see where they go here. Nice feed inside for two. Jennifer Patrick's first points.
The no-look pass.
Loose ball, and it'll go over to Margaretta. In transition, they pick it apart. Patrick, count the bucket and one, and the Polar Bears can start to taste a championship.
And Kaidance Iles has just fouled out of this district championship game.
As a frustrating night for her. She hit the 1-3. Some tough fouls early. Free throw is good. 34-17. And it looks like it might just be too much Margaretta tonight here.
They're the 1 seed in the district for a reason.
That defensive pressure again, and a foul called. That'll be the third foul on Keller.
Fourth on the team. So again, it's an evenly officiated game. It's not one way or the other.
Right. Walton with it. Feed inside to Stowers, and it goes right through the legs. It's another turnover, and that's just kind of been the story of the night for Upper. Just too many empty possessions.
Empty possessions, missed shots, and errant passes has been the story of the night for the Lady Rams. And now, if you're Margaretta, 5 minutes on the clock, you're up 17.
I'm actually kind of surprised that they've been driving in now. It seems like they're not just going to dribble it out here.
We're going to have another foul on Stowers. Her second.
Keller at the line. She hits the first. Second one is good.
She's got 8.
Yeah, 6 of those coming in that second quarter as timeout taken.
And it's really been since the second quarter, it's been all Lady Polar Bears. I mean, defensively, Upper's got the shots they wanted. It's like there's a lid on the hoop for them tonight.
Yeah, it just hasn't. They haven't been able to hit from outside, and they haven't really gotten many good looks inside either. There's just been a lot of the defense tonight has just been very impressive out of Margaretta, forcing 15 turnovers now, as they are right on the cusp here of making it 6 straight district championships, and you can see why.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and we talked about it pregame. They outscore their opponents by 15 points per game. They give up 34 points a game. They've given up half of their season average so far to an Upper Sandusky Lady Rams team who averages 40-plus a game on the season.
This is always the hardest part, too, of the season. You have one bad game, and it's all over, and it doesn't diminish what kind of season you had, an incredible season you had. There's just some nights, if it doesn't go for you, it's over, and that's always the toughest pill to swallow.
Well, it's one of those things where, you know, a lot of teams nowadays, they live and die by the 3-ball. The boys level, the girls level, the college level, and the pro level. You live and die by that 3, and when it's not going, that night you're going to die by it.
Tried to get it into Stowers, and it's another turnover. But yeah, I mean, Upper led this thing after the first quarter. And then Margaretta's defense in the second quarter, there's a turnover going the other way. Walton gets it for 2. Nice play there by Grace Walton.
And she's got 7 in the evening. She's leading the team.
We've talked about it too, just a sophomore. See her for 2 more years. I'm sure that makes a lot of N10 coaches stay up at night.
Yeah, she's going to be a menace on the offensive and defensive ends for 2 more years, and she's only going to continue to improve.
Edwards drives in. Floater no good. Stowers pulls down the board. Three in transition, no good. Nice rebound there, though. Second chance here for Upper. Driving in, can't get the shot to fall. Gets her own miss, though. And that one can't fall either, and that just kind of sums up the kind of night it's been.
Yeah, she does a great step through on the left side, can't bank it in, gets an offensive rebound, can't knock down the 3-ball. It's just been the story of the night for Upper Sandusky here.
Edwards with the ball, gives it to Keller.
And all credit to the Lady Polar Bears. Their defense has been a menace all evening for Upper Sandusky, and it's made these wide open shots probably feel not so wide open because of the pressure that they've had.
Rare turnover there from Margaretta. We'll give it over to the Lady Rams. 2.5 to go. Winner of this will take on Canal Winchester Harvest Prep, as there's a big 3 from Addie Newman. Timeout, Jerry Vent.
And we'll take a look at that again. That's finally one that goes down for the Lady Rams. Just gets kicked out to her, nothing but the bottom, and that's finally a situation where, again, they're going to keep shooting the ball.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, you're going to need to hit a few more of those and get some stops. They've got to commit 2 more fouls to put Upper at the line for a 1-and-1. With 2:10 to go, I wonder if we start playing that foul game here.
Well, and the thing about it is statistically they were 4 of 7 in the first half. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they've missed a free throw in the second half.
Who's that, Margaretta?
I don't know that they've missed from the line in the second half.
No, they're 5 of 5. All of those coming here in the fourth quarter.
So, yeah, I mean, we can play the foul game with 2:10 to go. You put them at the line, but do you really want to do that right now?
You got to find a way to get the ball back would be my only counter to that. And if you're going to come back, look, you need a lot to go your way, but Maybe they miss a front end of a 1-and-1, you hit a 3. There were a lot of crazy comebacks in college basketball today, so I wouldn't rule anything out.
Well, and I mean, just, we had 2 of them in high school sports the other night with Ontario coming back from a large deficit and Willard down 11 in the fourth quarter against Galleon, and they come back to win.
And now it's a track race, 2-on-1. Shot fake, and shot comes up a little bit short, and it's going to stay with Margaretta.
And if you're Upper, that was your chance. You kind of forced them to take a shot that they probably shouldn't have taken. Coach Neal is probably not okay with that shot. But then, the ball doesn't bounce your way, and they keep possession, and now you kind of in a situation where they're going to try to dribble it out.
Leibacher thought about the 3, but wisely passed it up because all they got to do is just run this clock out now. They got Patrick open underneath and a timeout taken. Full timeout. Coach Vent upset. He didn't think that Margaretta even had possession of the ball there to be able to take that timeout.
Yeah, it looked like she had already passed the ball when Coach Neal called that timeout. But, I mean, as an official, it's really, and I've never done a basketball game as an official, but I've done other sports, and it's really, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
There's so many things that are just, when you seen the ball leave her hands, is that when you heard him say timeout. Like, it's a boom, boom situation, so you can't really discredit anybody.
Sure, and there's the delayed whistle, that sometimes comes into play too.
That's why, again, I would much rather be up here than down there.
We're just like the 2 old guys in the Muppets up in the balcony here. We're just going to critique from afar. Here, Coach Neal, hold it, hold it.
And that's a good foul there by Addie Newman.
6-team foul, so 1 more to go to send Margaretta to the line.
And none of the girls on the floor right now for Upper Sandusky really in major foul trouble. Walton's got 2, Stowers has 2.
Good pressure here.
And they still managed to get it across. I mean, that's great awareness by Leibacher.
Have a sneaking suspicion Leibacher might be our MVP interview after this. And there's the 7th team foul.
I have a sneaky suspicion that you're probably correct. I mean, a broken fibula is not a joke.
No, not at all.
To come back at the end of your senior season in a district semifinal, that's your first full game, and you score 9, grab 5 boards, and then you come in here tonight in a rematch of last year's game, and you've got 12, you're leading your team, but your defensive pressure and your rebounds is really what's kind of helped pull this game away.
Edwards makes the first. She'll be rewarded with the second. Coach Neal takes a timeout. Yeah, and what a lift, too, if you're Margaretta. I mean, they'd already been having a successful season with Leibacher out with the injury, and now you get her back, and it's like you made a move at the trade deadline or something, and you added this, incredible senior presence to your team that is just only going to benefit them going down the stretch here in tournament play.
Well, and like we talked about pregame, she averages 13.6 points per game, and she's an Ashland commit. Anybody that follows girls college basketball in the state of Ohio knows Ashland's currently 28-0, finished number 1 in Division II, and they've got some very, very young players on that team that contribute.
Yeah, I mean, Ashland women's is like UConn women's of Ohio is what it is.
Absolutely.
Lily Edwards' second free throw, no good. Stowers pulls down the board. Driving in and getting it to go quickly. Addie Newman, excuse me.
They just do such a phenomenal job breaking the press. The Lady Polar Bears do. That was 3 passes. The ball didn't even touch the floor when they just broke that press.
And that's the best way to break it. If you can get the ball up the court without dribbling it at all, it is just, that is a credit to the coaching, to practice, to everyone on the team. Patrick gets the free throw.
And she's come off the bench and has 6.
I was just going to say, she has put together a nice little game here with 6 points, all of them coming in the 4th quarter. Foul on the other end. I believe it was on Palomo.
That looked like really good defense there by Palomo.
I thought so. I thought we were going to get a jump ball.
Absolutely. She stepped just off to the side of Newman, got her hands in there. That's a great job.
Leibacher with the block. Might have to change your last name to Leiblocker. Your thoughts?
She's got a couple of them tonight.
And almost knocked another one away. 3 from the corner is in and out, and that's kind of just how it's gone tonight, but they'll get a second look at one and unable to connect. And a foul with 33 seconds to go.
And that'll all but do it right there.
Great season from Upper. It's going to come up a little bit short here, but nothing to hang their heads on. This was a great year for them. As Stowers checks out, an emotional moment here. She gets a hug from her head coach. And this is always for as much joy as this time of the year brings, there's the other side of it that it's tough to watch.
You put in all the hard work, the dedication, the blood, the sweat, and the tears, as they say, in practice, and getting to this point. Just to have, your senior game, as Schwartz, the 3rd senior on this team, is going to check out. But you look at this team and the season that they had, and you're only losing 3 girls off of it.
Yeah. Free throw no good from Keller. Yeah, but it's, with tournament time, March Madness and everything, it's the most beautiful but flawed way to determine a champion.
It really is.
Because it is, everyone gets a shot again. And even if you had a terrible year and you get hot at the end, it's all that matters. As
you're going to see Walton, Newman, and Kinley all check out. All 3 of those young ladies sophomores, so you'll see them in an Upper Sandusky uniform again next year. But you look at this Margaretta team that we're seeing tonight, they only had 2 seniors in the starting lineup as well.
Yeah, it's a factory there at Margaretta with what they've been able to do the last couple of seasons now. This will be their 6th straight district championship.
And, you're up 14, but from watching this game and being able to be here, this has been a very convincing 14-point win for Margaretta.
And fittingly, it ends by forcing a turnover as the Margaretta Lady Polar Bears get it done here at Shelby. 38-24. They are moving on to the regional semifinal, and they have a date with Canal Winchester Harvest Prep on March 2nd at the Elida Fieldhouse. What a game from Margaretta.
An absolutely phenomenal game by the Lady Polar Bears, and like I said, very, very, very convincing.
So that is going to take us to the end of our game. We'll have post-game coverage here for you, our MVP interview coming up as well. Stick around, we've got more here for you, live and free on the OH Report.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I will soon, soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her sit back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in a room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hear my
I got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things. It's oh, 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 oh. Love the little things, love the little things.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Josh Banks back with you inside Shelby High School, where the Margaretta Lady Polar Bears and the Upper Sandusky Lady Rams have just completed Northwest District 1 championship game. The Lady Polar Bears knocking off the Lady Rams 38-24. You're seeing now the Lady Rams receiving their runner-up medals, and once all their players have received those medals as a team, they will receive the runner-up trophy. They'll do the same thing for the Lady Polar Bears. A very, very convincing win this evening for the Lady Polar Bears. Aggressive defense, a great job in the full court. And then when they pulled the full court off, great job in trap defense at the half court, not allowing the Lady Rams to once get comfortable in their offense. As my partner Andy Jardy gets all of our game-ending stats put in. The last Lady Ram player receiving her medal. Coach Vent now. And a great season for the Lady Rams. N10 runners-up. 2 phenomenal games with the Buckeye Central Buckettes, who are still playing. And now they'll receive their district runner-up trophy, Northwest District 1 runner-up trophy. Their 3 seniors, Kaidance Iles, Valoria Stowers, and Elise Schwartz, will receive that trophy. They'll present it to their fans, and now go share it with their teammates, as I believe my partner here is back on his headset with stats.
I've returned, yes. We do have final stats now. As you get to see all of the trophy celebration here. Great, great moment as both teams get honored for their incredible seasons. Margaretta now gets to take home their hardware as they've won 6 straight district titles. We'll take a look at those stats now. And it was a pretty, statistically a close game until you get to the turnovers. 17 turnovers from Upper Sandusky tonight. Just could not keep possession in a game where possessions are so critical with the way Margaretta runs their offense, able to run a lot of clock, limit possessions. 17 turnovers, just too much for Upper to overcome. They did win the battle on the boards, 20-18. And you look at the free throw discrepancy too, 11 of 17 for Margaretta and just 3 of 3 for Upper Sandusky.
Upper Sandusky got plenty of looks, and it's one of those games where when you're playing a team like Margaretta and you give up that many turnovers, as you see 17 turnovers to 7, and a lot of Margaretta's buckets came off of those turnovers. So you just kind of have to sit back and think, if Upper Sandusky knocks down half of their threes, this is a completely different ball game, and they got the looks that they wanted.
Yeah, they just couldn't make some open shots there. They had some good looks from beyond the arc, couldn't get them to fall. As the final 38-24 Margaretta. Upper led it 7-6 after 1. Just couldn't, that second quarter where they got outscored 15-4 was just too much for them to make up in that second half.
Margaretta keeps building this women's baseball factory the way they're building it. They're going to have to build a separate trophy case just for their girls' basketball program.
Assistant coach Ian Hedberg. Assistant coach Brian Head.
As you see the assistant coaches from Margaretta now receiving their medals.
And your head coach.
And head coach Ray Neal will get his, along with it looks like some young lady polar bears. The fact that Coach Neal brings these young lady polar bears to these games and allows them to partake in a moment like this, that's just going to continue to build that future.
All right, so we're going to take a break here. We'll come back. We'll have our MVP interview, and stick with us here live and free on the OH Report. Welcome back in. It's time now for our Quest Federal Credit Union MVP of the game, and it is Kylie Leibacher, who finished with 12 points tonight for Margaretta as they win another district championship. Kylie, congratulations. How does it feel?
Feels really good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm curious, what is more exhausting, that game right there or the round of media interviews you've had to do here at the end?
I would say it's pretty equal. I've been running around a little bit.
Well, you had a great game tonight. You finished with 12 points. You're coming off of an injury, too, and I'm just curious, how difficult has it been to sit out most of the year and now stay game ready at the most important time of the year?
I mean, it definitely wasn't fun sitting out, but I've just mentally told myself I'm going to get back, so I think I'm ready now, just telling myself I'm good, I'm healed, everything's fine, so I've just come back ready just like I was before.
How were you able to stay, game ready while you were, missing time?
I would say I've just tried to learn a lot off the court, some IQ things, and then just really rehabbing hard.
You guys were down at the end of the first quarter. It was only 7-6, but it looked like Upper had kind of found a way to get some things going, and then in that second quarter, you guys completely flipped the script on them, outscoring them 15-4. What was the biggest difference in your eyes as to why you guys were able to win this one?
I would say we picked it up a lot defensively, which led to a lot of weak outs and offensive scores.
All right, so up next now, you will take on Harvest Prep, Canal Winchester. Pretty good team there. What do you know about them, and what are you expecting?
I mean, that's not exactly who we were expecting to play, but it's somewhat different. We're going to scout them hard this week and learn a lot about them.
And last thing here, anyone you want to shout out here on the OH Report?
Just friends and family that have gotten us here.
All right, Kylie, thank you so much. Enjoy this celebration with the rest of your team, and safe trip back, and good luck the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
And that's Kylie Leibacher. She finished with 12 points, our Quest Federal Credit Union Player of the Game.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I will soon. Knew as a child, back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm down to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hear my
Back here as we wrap things up here on the OH Report, as Margaretta moving on into the tournament. They took down Upper Sandusky 38-24 as Kylie Leibacher, 12 points, leading scorer. They will now face Canal Winchester Harvest Prep March 2nd at 6 p.m. That is at Elida Fieldhouse. So we will see how that one goes for the Lady Bears. If it's anything like tonight, they're probably going to be, they'll keep playing. And we want to thank our sponsors here tonight as well: Quest Federal Credit Union, Bo Lacey Construction, Spherion Mid-Ohio, Redbox Dumpster Rentals, and Wilson Tire. So thank you so much for allowing us to do what we do, paying our bills here on the OH Report, bringing you this coverage live and free all season long. And so once again, thank you to everyone who tuned in. Andy Jardy, Josh Banks, Adam Thompson here from Shelby, as the Margaretta Lady Polar Bears are moving on after defeating Upper Sandusky tonight 38-24. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you next time here live and free on the OH Report. Take care, everyone.